In case anyone was wondering who my real boss is, I just need to know who is the real boss. Who is the boss of you? Who is the boss of you? I need to talk to the boss of you. That's actually the boss of me right there. It's that little bird right there. That bird is telling me, hey man, we gotta wrap this up, man, because I know it's cool and everything, but we gotta stay on the move, man. We're on the move out here. But that's actually another way of appreciating intelligence in an environment, and being more difficult to decipher, and actually chancing upon greater opportunities is taking random anomalies as actual directive in an environment. So because that bird is perched up there and is squeaking like a little bit contrary like that, like almost like a warning, that could actually be the real warning or the real opportunity that would amount to something, or it could easily be nothing, but that it's not, and that wasn't anticipated by me, and that I wasn't counting on that. For me to then react to that makes me more inscrutable to myself, and also anything that would be interested in me, maybe positive or negative, favorable or not, because something that intends itself as favorable to you can be unfavorable to you, and something that intends itself to you as unfavorable to you can be unfavorable and or favorable to you. But more so, it just pays not to be scrutable. That means like understandable, and even to ourselves. And so for me to take insight and directive from a random anomaly like that, the word random might be arbitrary, but just from an unexpected anomaly like that, an unexpected inspiration or influence, to respond to that spontaneously would make me more, would make me stronger, if I can do it without, damn, I'm about to get ran over. Hey man. So you see how that, I got in danger right there, and the bird had tipped me off that his fool was about to back his car into me. But all I meant to say is that you could if you were to just take random influences and respond to them, you could be more dynamic, and also it's a form of discipline, because if I do that in such a way as to be now if I heard, it's all good, man, I just wanted you to hear me. If I had did that and responded to that and then go get ice cream, and then that's actually kind of, that's not serving me. But if I were to do that and then go clean something, or go, so that unexpected influence, and then I take that spontaneously to do something productive and or difficult and or challenging, that's a degree of discipline and spontaneity, and I can think on my feet quicker like that, and I can also sustain a setback and being upset more smoothly, responding to that, because when I do get a proper upset or obstacle or maybe sabotage, I'm used to changing course and responding to things. So I can think on my quick, and I can think on my feet and take it on the chin like that. So I didn't mean to be like to just be like doing random stuff, but it's just a way of finding real and dynamic means of discipline, and also insight and directive that would make us more difficult to scrutinize to ourselves and or others if we take it sober and coherent, and we do cool stuff. And I think you can do dang near anything, say dang near anything, is you don't mean harm to someone, and you're not partaking of a lot of influences. Because if I made stuff like this, even though I made the same statements like this, but I'm coming off a hangover, or I'm coming down from a kite, I'm going to be less credible, and also more difficult to sustain real upset and intelligent opposition under the influence of anything. Is more difficult, and it can hit harder. And we always have different shots going off. Like sometimes in the middle of the night, you hear like your wall makes like nothing touched your wall. Your wall is sitting there. Your wall has been there for the last 60 years. Nothing's changed about your wall, but something made the wood make a sound like in the middle of the night. As I appreciate, that might as well be in a shot that's taken at you somehow. I'm not saying that's what it is, but for all intents and purposes, we got people talking about us, worried about us, thinking about us, planning for us in the middle of the damn night. Sometimes I get phone calls from different people that want money from me, of different degrees of power in knowing me on a Saturday, on a Sunday, like nothing. If they really want something from you, people are interested in you at all times. And I saw a bumper sticker that's like, thank this and that for the weekend. I think it might have been like ACLU. I don't mean to cite something wrong, but I think it might have actually been the American Civil Liberties Union is what afforded some of the grace of having a weekend, because it was just like it was like death in the past. It was just like nonstop work. You barely had enough time to sleep and eat, if that, in the past. And then so we actually got a weekend at a certain point, and there was one bumper sticker that took credit for that, and that might be there might be accuracy with that historically. But if they could do something about these different people that want money from us, that call on the weekend and on the week, then we would really be off to the races if they could get that one done. I'm running my mouth so much I can't even think as fast as I'm talking. So when you hear something like a little tick on your wall, or like a little sound that just a sound out of nowhere, but it came from some kind of influence, it can be appreciated. Like maybe the wood just got tired of holding a roof over your dumb ass in the middle of the night. It's like do you see how much time he's wasting? This, and it sighed for a second there, like of like holding the weight up over you for that long. But you may as well imagine that's a shot being taken at you, because you can appreciate that there's somebody that got something to say or think about you even at that hour of the night, and then it's going out into the ethers, and then it hits your wall. So your wall is protected. One time I was on a bus, like a city bus, and there's like a railing right there, and somebody walked over, and then they leaned over with the umbrella, and the umbrella would cleanly came into my face, but that thing had been there before, and then boom, it caught it like that. And that was really deep for me, because like whether that person meant to do harm or not, I would have got jacked up by their carelessness or their intention the same way. But somehow the things in place, they actually protect us from things that we don't, that are meant for us, that are aimed at us, that are sophisticated, that are subtle. Maybe your real shots are more subtle. Would you be more afraid of somebody that just got their first weapon? Would you be more afraid of someone taking a shot at you from 10 football fields away with a shotgun, or maybe closer than that with a silencer and a high-powered rifle that doesn't even make a sound? Which one of those would be more deadly? So a lot of shots, they don't have to be loud to be dangerous. So sometimes there's different influences that don't have our interests. Friends, family, lovers, people we know, employers, researchers, God knows who thinks God knows what about us. But at the middle of the night, they're as busy as ever. If you really were to know like how people operate, a lot of people are busy undermining us and disrespecting us at all hours of the day and night. So you hear these little influences, and they might as well, for intensive purposes, been a shot that was taken at you that you can't see, like just like you can't see a text. And the walls over your building were actually protecting you in that moment. And I'm not saying that that's true, but just that's a thought exercise to appreciate and stay on point at all times, that people got stuff for us that's nothing nice, but there are protections and mercy. So we're always within protection and mercy, and that's the only protection is mercy and grace, I think, and goodwill and solidarity and brotherhood. But there's a lot of times there's different shots that can go off all the time, and they're dangerous and they can hit you. And if you're under the influence of something, that whatever that influence was that was for you in the middle of the night like that, I'm not saying that necessarily is something, but it is equally could be whatever little influence or bad intention, whether that gets acted out as like a maneuver that someone does, or something says or thinks or types or records or whatnot, whatever that is for you, it can hit you way deeper if you're under the influence of something. I was listening to a podcast by Jorge Masvidal, and he was saying that like in a lot of times like he was talking about cutting weight, like shedding water to be at appropriate height for appropriate weight for competition. And the trainer of Justin Gaethje, outstanding trainer. Jorge Masvidal's had outstanding trainers equally, but that other trainer is another outstanding trainer. The other trainer is another outstanding trainer. Who the hell are you talking about? But that man, I don't have his name off the bat. He said that the weight cutting is the most dangerous part of that sport, just in terms of arbitrarily affecting your the balances of your fluids and your food consumption, because really our food and influences should reflect the challenges and the rigors of the natural environment, and therefore be balanced between the opportunity and the deprivation of an environment. But you form fit that, and you impose a man-made concept of the challenges of food restriction and food consumption, and you can get hurt like that because you're outside of the balance. We exist within dynamic balances at all time, and it's dangerous when you play with that. But according to Jorge Masvidal, an example is that it's one thing to take shots to your body in practice or like in maybe training camps, but then you get to the point of close to a contest where you're actually significantly deprived of water and cutting weight like that, and you take a blow and it can rock your world. I can't speak from experience, but he sounded like he meant that. So it's similar like with substances. We got a lot of shots going on. A lot of times we don't even know how much stuff has been aimed at us or that we've actually felt and taken because we have grace, but you're under the influence, and that can rock your world and it can take you out of here.